The moment we've all been waiting for is just around the corner. This September, Apple is expected to unveil its next-generation iPhone lineup, featuring the stunning iPhone 17 Pro Max, alongside the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Air, and iPhone 17 Pro. Anticipation is reaching a fever pitch, and it's easy to see why. The iPhone 17 Pro Max isn't just another upgrade, it's shaping up to be a revolutionary leap forward. With bold new design changes, next-level camera capabilities, and lightning-fast performance, this device is dominating headlines and fan discussions worldwide. Leaks hint at a completely fresh camera layout and even a potential price increase, making this one of the most talked-about Apple launches in recent memory. iPhone 17 Pro Max launch date expected. Apple traditionally hosts its blockbuster fall event in September, and this year is no different. The iPhone 17 series is expected to be announced between September 11 and 13, with all four models, iPhone 17, 17 Air, 17 Pro, and the Pro Max, taking center stage. iPhone 17 Pro Max price expected. Brace yourself. Due to global trade challenges and high import duties, the iPhone 17 lineup might come with a steeper price tag. The iPhone 17 Pro Max could be priced around $164,999 in India, while high-end variants in the US may reach up to $2,300, especially for models with maximum storage. This price hike might make the new iPhone a luxury purchase for many, but fans say the upgrades could be worth every penny. iPhone 17 Pro Max design, lighter, sleeker, more premium. Apple is set to shake things up with a major redesign. The Pro Max may ditch the titanium frame in favor of a lighter aluminum and glass combo, making the phone not just beautiful but more comfortable to hold for hours on end. And the camera? It's getting a stunning makeover. Instead of the usual square or diagonal layout, expect a sleek rectangular camera bar with smooth rounded corners. This elegant change will not only modernize the iPhone's look, but also distinguish it clearly from previous models. It could be Apple's boldest design statement in years. iPhone 17 Pro Max color options expected. Get ready for refreshed takes on timeless classics. The iPhone 17 series may arrive in black, white, gray, and gold, but with updated finishes and possibly new names to match Apple's premium style. These color options are designed to turn heads, refined, elegant, and unmistakably Apple. Camera upgrades that redefine mobile photography. Photography lovers, this one's for you. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is rumored to feature three powerful 48-megapixel sensors, including a brand new advanced telephoto lens for ultra-clear zoom shots. From sweeping landscapes to intimate portraits, expect jaw-dropping clarity every time. On the front, a 24-megapixel selfie camera is likely to make its debut, offering wide, detailed, and true-to-life selfies and video calls, even in challenging lighting. iPhone 17 Pro Max specs. All-out power and precision. Inside, the iPhone 17 Pro Max could be a true powerhouse. It's expected to feature a lightweight aluminum and glass body, a Super Retina XDR OLED display with improved brightness and clarity, the blazing fast A19 Pro chip for next-level performance, three 48-megapixel rear cameras including a cutting-edge telephoto lens, a 24-megapixel front camera for crisp selfies and videos, a battery boost with improved fast charging, support for Wi-Fi 7 and ultra-fast 5G connectivity. This could be Apple's most powerful and visually striking iPhone yet, combining sleek form with groundbreaking function. Are you excited for the iPhone 17 Pro Max? Because it's more than just a phone. It's a glimpse into the future of Apple innovation. Tariffs are dominating the headlines right now. The US has been rolling out sweeping import tariffs and then pausing them in a high-stakes effort to bring more manufacturing back home. On paper, the goal sounds noble. Boost American industry, create jobs, and make the US less reliant on foreign production. But in reality, that dream might be far more complicated than it seems. Dan Ives, global head of tech research at Wedbush Securities, isn't buying into the optimism. Speaking to CNN, he bluntly called the idea of a US-built iPhone a fictional tale. In fact, he warned it could skyrocket iPhone prices to a staggering $3,500. Why? Because companies like Apple would need to recreate the incredibly intricate production ecosystem that currently thrives in Asia, something that simply doesn't exist in the US today. You try building that in West Virginia or New Jersey, Ives said, they'll be $3,500 iPhones. And that's just the beginning. Ives estimated that shifting even 10% of Apple's supply chain to the US would cost around $30 billion, and it would take at least 3 years to make that happen. Let that sink in. $30 billion just to shift a tenth of the process. Right now, nearly 90% of iPhones are assembled in China, and just last night, former President Donald Trump announced a tariff pause, but only for countries other than China. China, on the other hand, has been hit with an even harsher penalty, bringing the total tariff rate to a crushing 125%. Translation: iPhone prices are almost certainly heading up, no matter how this plays out. So could Apple really bring iPhone production to the US? I spoke with Ryan Reith, IDC's Group VP of Worldwide Device Trackers, to get a second opinion. He offered a slightly more grounded take. According to Reith, Apple has already committed $500 billion over the next 4 years to expand U.S. manufacturing and R&D, but so far there's been no official talk of bringing iPhone production stateside. Still, Reith said there's potential for further U.S. investments down the line, but even under the best circumstances, and that's a big if. We're talking 3 years just to kick off small-scale operations and 5 years before we'd see anything close to mass production. And even then, don't expect a fully farm-to-table iPhone. At most, we might see final assembly come to the U.S. The reality is that the heart of the iPhone, its components, its materials, still depend heavily on Asia. No amount of political will can summon rare earth materials or microchip fabs out of thin air. There is a small silver lining, though. Labor costs, often a major concern in the U.S., might not be a deal-breaker here. Reith pointed out that final assembly would likely be heavily automated. Sure, robots aren't cheap, but they don't ask for healthcare, breaks, or vacations either. Still, automation or not, building out this infrastructure is going to cost a fortune, and Apple isn't exactly known for eating into its profit margins. More likely, we're going to see those costs pass straight to consumers in the form of even higher iPhone prices. Of course, it's hard to predict exactly how much prices could rise or when. Everything depends on how this tariff drama unfolds. And right now, it's changing by the day. Reith did offer one potential workaround, routing shipments through countries with lower tariffs. For instance, sending devices through Singapore, which currently only faces a blanket 10% tariff, could help companies dodge the worst of it. It's a logistical headache, sure, but far better than paying 125%. And hey, if Apple can negotiate a tariff exemption, all bets are off. But the truth is, nobody really knows how this is going to end. Not us, not analysts, not even Apple. One thing's for sure, we're in for a wild ride. Apple's clear cases have always stirred up debate, and it's easy to see why. Not only do they notoriously turn yellow with time, but ever since Apple introduced MagSafe with the iPhone 12, they've sported a giant white circle right in the center. For many, it's a visual nightmare that ruins the sleek look of the phone entirely. Now, a fresh iPhone 17 Pro leak is giving people even more to gripe about, especially on platforms like Twitter and Facebook. Why? Because the new camera bar design looks like it'll demand a huge cutout on the case. According to an image shared by leaker Sonny Dixon, it seems like nearly a third of the entire case has been carved away just to make room for Apple's massive new camera array. It's bold, yes, but also a bit jarring. Rumors suggest Apple is planning a major redesign for the back of the next-gen iPhone series. Early whispers hinted at a striking two-tone design, but Bloomberg's Mark Gurman now says Apple will actually stick with a uniform color across the back, so the camera bar will blend in more seamlessly. But the layout is still shaking things up. While the 3 uprated main lenses will stay on the left, Apple is rearranging the LiDAR scanner, flashlight, and microphone to the opposite side, creating what looks like a full-fledged camera bar. It's futuristic for sure, but definitely a departure from what we're used to. As for the front, don't expect anything revolutionary. Although earlier leaks tease a smaller dynamic island, it turns out Apple hasn't cracked the code to hide Face ID components under the display just yet, so the front will look familiar to anyone using a 16 Pro today. Under the hood, though, the iPhone 17 Pro is gearing up to be a powerhouse. It's expected to rock the brand new A19 Pro chip, built on an improved 3nm manufacturing process, along with a refined glass and aluminum body, a custom Apple-designed Wi-Fi chip, and boosted battery life, especially on the slightly thicker 17 Pro Max. This is shaping up to be a serious upgrade. And then there's the iPhone 17 Air, a surprise new addition to the lineup. With its ultra-thin form factor and single 48-megapixel camera, it's expected to be Apple's sleekest phone yet, and could even hint at what a future foldable iPhone might look like. Meanwhile, the regular iPhone 17 is rumored to stick pretty closely to the iPhone 16's blueprint. So if you're debating whether it's worth the wait, BGR's got a breakdown to help, especially with added uncertainty from potential new tariffs. Adding fuel to the fire, another leak has seemingly confirmed that the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max will be thicker than their predecessors, and yes, that includes even more pronounced camera bumps. A recent video shows off dummy models with these new design traits, and let's just say, reactions have been mixed so far. Although the iPhone 17 lineup won't hit shelves until much later in 2025, case manufacturers are already working with finalized design dummies, according to Unbox Therapy. The popular YouTube channel claims to have gotten their hands on prototypes for the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max, including a 3D printed version of the former, showcasing all the buttons, contours, and MagSafe ring placement. One key detail? The 17 Pro is reportedly just slightly thicker than the 16 Pro by about 0.45 millimeters, a small change but one that could affect case compatibility.